Welcome, everybody. It is that time again. Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome, one, welcome all. Oops, we shouldn't be looking at that. Technically, we shouldn't be looking at that yet either. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Topic of Conversation. That's right. The one and only live podcast that talks about all kinds of things, but most importantly, the things that you want to talk about. That's right. We go from anything from pop culture to politics to religion to psychology to physics to existential such as and whatnots. And primarily, we're just here to entertain and maybe educate a little bit. But this is what it is. This is a topic of conversation. This is season 2, episode 2. As you can see, our primary topic of conversation tonight is going to be Florida. I decided that about 10 minutes ago when I was thinking, what should we talk about tonight? And then I was reminded of, a lot of videos and things on social media that's like, oh, that's on Florida. OMG, it's Wix is one of my favorite Florida creators. And we'll get into a little bit more of that later. We will hopefully have a co-host or two along with us on audio. I will be popping into Discord on the Creators Lounge moderators, so it is open right now only to Creators Lounge moderators. So if you want to join up and hang out, we can definitely make that happen. That said, so there are a couple of rules here. First of all, participation in topic of conversation is mandatory. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is if you have a topic that you want us to talk about and that you want to talk about with us, then you are welcome to submit any requests to the Creators Lounge online at gmail.com. You can use that same email if you want to request being a co-host with me here, and we'll open that up for consideration. Last week was a lot less fun, I think, because there was not as much participation, because you didn't have any reason to participate other than, hey, we're sitting here talking, let's talk about a thing. So we're going to go back to the old format where participation earns you points, and the more points you earn, the more likely you are to get to pick next week's topic of conversation. That said, I may not have the point system set up right now. Silly me. Shelly me. Let's see, we were doing it through Stream Elements. Let me just go ahead and see if that's up and running. If my mod is on here, you can definitely let me know if there is, if you can see the information. What am I talking about? I can do this myself. I'm so lazy. I'm like, just do it for me. I'm not offline. Don't lie to me. I know I'm not. Oh, I'm on the wrong account. That's my bad. Silly me. I have 2 accounts, right? So I do topic of conversation once a week. This is our live podcast. You're also going to find it later on in the week on Spotify and on YouTube. So if you don't get to participate today, at least you can go back and see what we were chatting about. And, hopefully you'll be able to pop in the next time. We are, of course, a production of the Creators Lounge. And if you are interested in joining the Creators Lounge, you are welcome to join our Discord. There are a couple of rules when joining. Of course, you do have to agree to the rules, select a role, and introduce yourself in our introductions section. That must happen within 24 hours. If it doesn't, I'm gonna kick your ass out. That's just how it is. And it's not because we, just want to keep people out. It's that we want to bring in people who are really going to engage. But the whole purpose of the Discord server and of the Creators Lounge in general is to get people who want to create, who want to build businesses, who want to create an online presence for themselves, to be able to do exactly that, and to have kind of a network of people who are trying to do the same thing. It's not a place where it's just like, oh, we're professionals and we're going to ask you to pay us to show you how to do things. We are affiliated with David Cobb Consulting. Of course, that's me, and I am a professional marketer with 12 plus years experience in that. But if you want to get into that to additionally grow your business, that's fine. We'll do that too. But the Creators Lounge is a totally free place for you to come and just interact with other people who are trying to also do the thing that you are trying to do. I think I explained that pretty well. I think. But yeah, go ahead and just hit the link down below. I'm actually now seeing if it's there. It is there. We didn't clear it from last week, so I'm gonna go ahead and clear that. If you did put your thing in or do something to get you points, we're gonna just have to pretend that didn't happen. You just have to do it again. Oh, and if it costs any points or anything, I'll give those back to you. It's fine. Let's see where we at. Loyalty leaderboard. Let's reset that bugger. All right, that is now officially reset. So if you look down in the About section, right down there in my pants, you're gonna see our list there to the right of the About Me section. Which I realize I need to update a little bit. That's fine. Flip a coin. What shall we talk about? Head to tell the truth and tails I lie, which brings me to my next disclaimer. Because this is really all about entertainment and just having a good conversation, sometimes we're going to say things that just aren't true, and you're just going to have to determine for yourself if you believe it or not. We're not trying to mislead to drive any kind of agenda. It's just in pure fun and entertainment. We have opinions, and those opinions are our own. They are not necessarily the opinions of Topic of Conversation or the Creators Lounge. They are the sole possessions, and they're the things of the things. They belong to the people who said the things. So, but if you're looking at that section there, it's going to tell you how many humble opinions. Those are my humble opinions. You're very welcome. I'm giving them away. You get 100 humble opinions for every 10 minutes that you have watched. And that should happen automatically, so I'll be able to see all that. That's all tallied up as we go. 300 humble opinions for subscribers for every 10 minutes. So, if you are a subscriber to the channel, I very much appreciate that, and you're also going to get 3 times more humble opinions for every 10 minutes. Cheering, of course, is going to get you exactly a 1-for-1 value there, so 100 humble opinions for every 100 bits. When you subscribe, obviously you can only subscribe once every month, but every month that you subscribe, you're going to get an additional 1,000 humble opinions for that particular stream on which you're subscribing. For every follow, you're going to get 50 humble opinions. Obviously, again, that's a one-time thing. Any tips, and I do not require tips by any means, but if you are so generous as to send an anonymous tip, you're going to get 100 humble opinions for every $1 tipped. And of course, all hosts. So if you're hosting my channel on your channel while you're watching, you're getting 500 humble opinions when you hit that hosting button. So you do get a little extra for participating there. And I think that's it. Did I miss anything? All right, well, with that said, we're going to go ahead and open up the Discord for our Creators Lounge mods to jump in if and when they want to. Not a requirement, of course. I just really like these guys, and they've always got fun stuff to say. So if you're a mod and you want to join in, pop into mod voice there, and we should be able to pick you up. Make sure I'm the right tab. Meeting room. No, not waiting room. Oh, hang on, I hate Discord. I hate it. It burns us. that's not true. So we got a fun little format that we're doing now. If you remember last season, we really tried to stick to a single conversation. It ended up being like a 2-hour just free for all. So I'm trying to hone it in a little bit. We're going to spend the first 20 minutes or so talking about trending topics, things that are of general interest to the public as determined by the Google algorithm. So we'll go through that here in just a minute, and then we'll get to our regular our primary topic of conversation. Get that in there, mod voice, there we go. All right, so let's open up. So if you're a mod, hop in if you want to, and let's have some fun. So let's get to it. So this first little bit here, y'all, if you want to follow along, so Google does things differently for everybody. So I'm going through my Google. It's just the trending searches when you open up Chrome on your Google on your phone, on your Google phone. How many times can I say Google and still not be sponsored by them? What? Hashtag, just kidding. Hashtag, please sponsor me. All right, where are we at? All right. So, does anybody really still want to talk about COVID? That's actually the top trending search here is COVID symptoms flirt variant. Does that make sense to anybody? Makes very little sense to me. We're going to go ahead and type that into our handy dandy Google chat here. COVID symptoms. What does that even mean? Flirt variant. Is everyone just out of their minds? I don't know. Let's find out. All right. What are the symptoms of the newest COVID? Oh, here it is. This. Why is the COVID? Now I got me saying it wrong. COVID variant called flirt. Ruh-roh, everybody. In April, a group of new virus strains known as the flirt variants, based on the technical names of their 2 mutations, began to spread. All right, everybody, get your vaccine arm ready for another round of stabs and jabs. Followed in June by a variant known as LB1. Lyndon B1. Why LBJ came to mind there? What did LBJ do? Hold on. When was the Lyndon B. Johnson? I feel like he had something to do with the what's it called? What is the word of it? The vaccine for why can't I think of it? No, gotta be vaccines. I thought he had something to do with the vaccines for tuberculosis. So I'm going to look that up just because I'm interested, and that's why we're here, to go off on tangents and just see where it takes us. Well, George Washington had a bunch of shit going on. Wow, George Washington witnessed many epidemics, including yellow fever, diphtheria, malaria, smallpox. What? All right, well, I'll tell you what, we got a special message to the Congress on domestic health and education. This was issued on March 1st, 1966 by President Lyndon B. Johnson, the 36th President of the United States of America, 1963 to 1969, to the Congress of the United States. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger so that's not the only one seeing it. Who's been digging me? People trying to buy my stuff. To the Congress of the United States. A nation's greatness is measured by its concern for the health and welfare of its people. Throughout the history of our democracy, this commitment has grown and deepened. The education of our people is a national investment. The health of our peoples is essential to the pursuit of happiness. Today, we can set ambitious goals for the future. Full education for every citizen to the limits of his capacity to absorb it. Good health for every citizen to the limits of our country's capacity to provide. This is actually funny. thing he says right here. Because he, you know, over the years, people might have said, hey, you know, that's a great idea. But they missed this line of, to the limits of our capacity to provide it. Now, I'm not saying Lyndon B. Johnson was a socialist. Lyndon B. Johnson was kind of a socialist. What else does he say here? 88th and 89th Congresses have moved towards these goals during the past 3 sessions. Congress has enacted 20 landmark measures in health, 19 in education, doubled the appropriations for health programs. Health, I said health. I did. I said that with an F on there. Oh, no, that's not right. Double the appropriations for health programs and increase the budget for our Office of Education. More than fivefold. The achievements of the past 3 years promise a dramatic enrichment of American life. They already include in the field of health the Medicare program, which on July 1st will make benefits available to more than 19 million older Americans. Alright, I'm not going to read too much into this. It's actually funny because I wasn't really expecting this to take us into kind of a subject that's, I don't know, a little bit controversial nowadays with, you know, people talking about cutting social programs in order to make our government a little less bloated and to maybe take less taxes from us. That sure would be nice. You recognize that we get taxed so much more nowadays on every little thing than the people who did the sorry, I just read number 5 out of the corner of my eye and it caught me off guard. 32 new clinics for retarded children. That is not acceptable today. In fact, I might get canceled just for reading that out loud. Oh no. Yeah, so man, that threw me. It threw me. I wasn't ready for that. It happened. No, I'm out. I'm gone. Can y'all hear that music okay? I feel like it's maybe pretty quiet. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. I know I'm talking pretty loud. Oh, that's actually kind of up there. Just want y'all to be able to mellow out, you know, just smooth out, cool out. But yeah, so yeah, lots of additional government spending happened under Lyndon B. Johnson. So he may not have mandated the vaccination for tuberculosis, but you know, he was still an enormous douchebag. So there's that. Congratulations, LBJ, for being a huge douchebag. But no, let's talk about this COVID variant. We're not going to get into, you know, the origins of COVID. I think we've talked about that enough. I think it's been seen enough on the news. But, you know, these new variants are always kind of interesting. We had Omicron sometime last year that everybody got all, get another 5 vaccines about. Yeah, well, let's go to Yale. They seem to know what they're talking about pretty often, right? Let's see, when was this? Updated June 28th, 2024. That's this year, last month. What, 10 days ago? 11 days ago? A couple weeks ago. As a quick note, we'd like to inform you that this article was accurate at the time of original publication. Because information about COVID-19 changes rapidly, we encourage you to visit the websites of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, always trust the government, kids, World Health Organization, always trust the globalists, kids, and your state and local government for the latest information. The good news is that in early spring of 2024, COVID-19 cases were down. Wow, as compared to what, the previous several months? Sure. Less people getting it because you started calling it the flu again. Alright. With fewer infections and hospitalizations than were seen in the previous winter, so it's year over year then. Sure, of course. Yeah, them bats, they've been hibernating for the summer, that's why. But SARS-CoV-2, the coronavirus that causes COVID, is still mutating, as are most viruses that are living among us. You know, like the common cold. The flu itself, there are other ones. raising concerns about a potential wave of infections this summer. Do you see what they're doing, though? Is they're going, oh, it might mutate. Oh, no, it might mutate, and this mutation could be worse than the last one. Gotta get hype, y'all. Get the hype. I don't know that I'm very interested in this subject, to be completely honest. Well, that was it. That was the thing that was trending, and now we know, right? So flirt strains are subvariants of Omicron, and together they count for more than 60% of COVID cases in the U.S. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody cares. All right. That's my 2 cents on that. What else we got? Your age eye injury. I don't know what that means. Your rage? Alright, we're gonna have to look it up now, aren't we? Your age eye. Oh, you know what? It sounds like a streamer or an influencer or somebody. Your Rage is like a person. Yep, there he is. Streamer Your Rage gives update on grisly eye injury. Let's see. That's unfortunate. Kick streamer, fine, why not? Bloody eye injury. Is this the guy that? Oh no. I was gonna say, is this the guy that shot himself in the face on live stream? That guy probably isn't around to talk about it anymore. Look at this guy though. He don't mind being a thug though. He's like, yo, first I was a thug, now I'm a pirate thug. Let me go. Maybe. I don't know. July 2nd, that was my birthday. Your Rage hosted a lumberjack stream on Kick. Not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. I like that. I like the IRL stuff. Which led to him being rushed to the hospital with a bloody eye. Now that part's maybe not as interested. Is anybody else distracted by this video going on up here at the top? This one. I don't know what the F that is. And of course the enormous ad on the bottom. Oh, give me them drumsticks. All right. After his axe broke while chopping a wood block and struck him in the eye. That's really unfortunate. Rage suddenly turning. Oh, he's shaking his. Okay. Turning off the stream and not being active on socials. Concerned fans have relied on his streamer friends for updates. One of which was fellow FaZe member Black Boy Max. Okay. He cannot see out of the eye, he said on a Twitch stream on July 5th, and added the eye is swollen, like on the inside. I thought this was about to be a quick little 20 to 30 minute stream. I have no excuses, by the way. It's my dumbass fault for not wearing any goggles. You know what? At least he's, big enough to say, you know what? I screwed up there, y'all. Remember, kids, wear your safety goggles. And for those of you who are a little bit slower than the rest, don't forget your helmet. He had it happen so fast, thought the top part of the axe. He thought the top part of his axe's punctuation's terrible. That's okay, we'll give him a pass on that. I thought I axed myself. I must ask you a question. You feel me? We don't feel you, but we understand what you're saying. I thought the top of the axe hit my eye. Yeah, that's what we kind of assumed from what your previous sentence said. I didn't know it was the bottom. Turns out it was the bottom of the axe. Now we know. That's how fast, like it happened quick as hell. How quick is hell? I'm curious. Is there anybody out there who knows just how quick hell is? I'd like to get a gauge on just how quickly this injury occurred. Well, hey, you know what? Listen, I guess that's something that's trending because it's a thing that happened. And listen, from all of us over here at Topic of Conversation and at the Creators Lounge, Mr. Your Rage, we hope you have a quick and speedy recovery that you can very soon be back to chopping wood on live stream. All right, next topic we got here is a chicken recall. Guys, that's not good. If you recall, if you remember any of last year, we had an episode where we talked a little bit about all of these chicken farms and what was the other ones? Chicken farms, and there was something else that were getting like catching on fire, like essentially limiting the supply of these things. We're gonna go to this one real quick. This is a chicken recall. I'm typing this in exactly the same way that I'm seeing it trending here. So chicken recall nationwide. Watch us find out that it's not even in the United States. But the one after this is going to be the last one. We're going to go through it a little bit faster because there is some movement on some lawsuits going on with Boeing with the 737 MAX crashes that happened a few years back. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. First, let's talk about the chicken recall nationwide as warning issued to customers. I didn't get that warning. Any of y'all get the ready to eat? Oh, okay, that's it. You know what? Let's go all recipes. You know why? Because I love all recipes. Look, if you want a recipe for anything and hashtag not sponsored, hashtag please sponsor me, all recipes is like the place to go for great recipes. Actually, you can't see it here, but I have a quick link up here for my favorite pancakes. This is also on all recipes. I have this one saved because they're the best pancakes I've had in my entire freaking life. So that's that. All right, let's see what all recipes has to say, and let's go through it fairly quickly. U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food Safety and Inspection Service reports that Alsafa US LLC in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Okay, so what were we doing getting our chicken from freaking Canada in the first place? Like, do we not have enough chickens here in the United States? That's fine. Approximately 2,010 pounds of imported, frozen, ready-to-eat chicken products that may be contaminated with Listeria, which I have no idea what that is. Let's look that up. Listeria. Ew! Y'all, this might be in your chicken. This right here, that might be in your chicken. Throw that shit out. Yep, burn it down. Let's see. 2 products shipped to retail locations nationwide in the United States are part of the recall. The products are Alsafa Halal Charcoal Grilled Chicken Sikh Kebab Grilled Minced Chicken Patty Kebab. That's a lot of words for one product, man. How many names does your chicken need? My chicken has a first name. It's Alsafa Halal Charcoal Grilled Chicken. My chicken has a second name. It's Sikh Kebab Grilled Minced Chicken Patty Kebab. Pretty sure it goes something like that. The other one is Alsafa Halal Fully Cooked Chicken Chapli Kebab Seasoned Chicken Patty. So it looks like it's their halal food. Probably recalled because it was not halal. Probably recalled because it was not halal. You know, maybe in Islam they do not allow Listeria in their chicken. I wouldn't either. You know why? Because that's what it looks like. Before I vomit IRL. Okay, well there you go. Look, there's a recall on those things, y'all. If you got them in your freezer, throw that out. All right, last but not least, we're gonna talk real quick about the Boeing 737 MAX. So this is how the search shows it on there. Boeing 737 MAX. Sorry, people aren't smart enough to capitalize things that are obviously acronyms. Crashes. All right, so that's the search, and this is what's happened. So, you know, Boeing's been in the news a lot lately because of whistleblowers for, you know, not being safe and whatnot. So just earlier today, Boeing agreed to plea deal to avoid criminal trial over deadly 737 MAX crashes. They're going to pay a criminal fine of $243.6 million as a part of that deal. Wow. I mean, I bet you Boeing stock just has been tanking. I mean, yeah. That's so much money. But then again, I mean, look, they make so much money. Aren't they in hot water right now because they left people stranded on the International Space Station? Isn't that a thing? weren't they supposed to send up a ship to go and retrieve them? Boeing, not Boeing. Boeing. International Space Station. Yeah, I know. I didn't even realize they were the prime contractor, and that makes sense though. But I want to know. Oh, here we go. Top stories. Former astronaut explains how the astronauts stranded in space might be feeling. I'm not really worried about feelings right now. I'm just worried about the facts. I'm just curious. Let's go news. Okay, so let's go to NASA here. So Boeing has provided a next update on space station crew flight test. Leadership from NASA and Boeing will participate in a media briefing at 12:30 p.m. On Wednesday, so 2 days from now, to discuss the agency's crew flight test at the International Space Station. Media interest in part. This doesn't look like an issue. This looks like something they're just trying to do. NASA and Boeing continue to evaluate Starliner's propulsion system performance and 5 small helium leaks in the spacecraft's service module. So that was the issue that they were talking about, gathering as much data as possible while docked to the International Space Station. Okay, so, you know, I guess Starliner went up there and folks are supposed to get on and come back or whatever, because they're decommissioning it, right? They're done with it. The International Space Station is going to be shut down because we don't believe in working with the Russians anymore or something. I don't know. Anyway, hey, that's it. Tell me what you think in chat about those particular topics, or shoot an email over AMA. What's the meaning of life? You know, I cannot say specifically, and this is something that I've actually asked. You found a great time, a perfect time to pop in and ask a question, because we're just in between subjects. So I appreciate you actually, because I contemplate this quite a bit, on the existential level, on the individual feelings level, because look, everybody wants to know what is the meaning of life. Now you can have that worded a couple of different ways, because what is the meaning of life itself? Well, I mean, naturally speaking, maybe there isn't one in the overall scheme of things, but we can see what individual parts of different types of life mean within the ecosystems in which they exist. The more common question, of course, is what is the purpose of life? And that usually is going to drive us more into an existential conversation about, you know, where we come from, where we're going when we die, things like that. The answer, of course, nobody really knows, right? But one thing that I've always found was a lot of fun is asking these types of questions to artificial intelligence. Now, I use Perplexity for a lot of my business stuff that I do, and so sometimes when I get bored, I'll just start asking it stuff, and it's like, sir, I don't do this kind of work. But you know what? We're gonna ask AI. We're gonna ask Perplexity, what is the meaning of life? And you know, as always, the opinions portrayed here are the opinions of their respective owners, not necessarily that of the Creators Lounge or Topic of Conversation or myself. Let's find out what Perplexity thinks is the meaning of life. And I have to word it exactly the way that you typed it in there. So what's the meaning of life? Question mark. Wow, look at this. See, AI always gives such thoughtful answers, and they almost always give me lists like this, because they're very pragmatic about it. They're like, hey, you know, I can't answer that question for you, but here are some things that other people think about it, or some other ways that have been thought about it. The one thing that I think is actually really cool using AI to do this is the whole thing that it does. Hard to see my screen. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I've been maxing it out on other ones. But AI is essentially just aggregating stuff from the internet, right? So essentially, it's asking its controllers to do a search. The search gives back a whole bunch of answers. Perplexity is really good because it gives citations at the end. So like if you copy paste it, gives you all of its citations. But here, in answer to your question from Perplexity, what's the meaning of life? It's one of the most profound and enduring philosophical inquiries in human history. While there's no universally agreed upon answer, here are some perspectives to consider. My point of that was, yeah, exactly, was the idea, that it aggregates all of these different answers from all over the place. And so, it's cool to see these answers kind of brought together in one, not an answer, but sort of here are some things that other people have found fulfillment in, right? Personal fulfillment. Many believe the meaning of life is to find personal happiness and fulfillment. This could involve pursuing passions, building relationships, or achieving goals. Service to others. Some find meaning in helping others and making a positive impact on the world. This can include volunteering, activism, or simply being kind to those around us. I like that one. I like that one a lot, actually. Maybe we'll get into a little bit more. Number 3, spiritual or religious purpose. And this one is interesting because I find that in a lot of these spiritual or religious purposes, they actually tend to embody a lot of these other ones, like service to others, existential views, personal fulfillment. I find that religion and spiritual purposes kind of brings that into an umbrella. In any case, for many, the meaning of life is tied to religious or spiritual beliefs, such as serving a higher power or achieving enlightenment. You're talking monotheism, generally speaking, in these enlightenments is usually non-deity religions. Buddhism, for example. Is it Buddhism? Hinduism? No, Hindus got arms and stuff. But I'm asking you. You did ask me. I gave you my answer, though. Like I said, my answer is, I don't really know. It could be a lot of things for you, and the AI is answering really in the same way. So ultimately, the only other just like answer that I can give you is 42. So we can leave it at that. If you are interested in finding out what AI thinks, they're actually really good. It's a free service, Perplexity. I'm not working for them. I'm not sponsored by them or anybody else for that matter. But I would check that out because it's actually super useful. I appreciate the question. Classic. I had a feeling you might get that. All right. We're going to move on to our topic of conversation. Our primary conversation today is in regard to the state of Florida. Hey, you're very welcome, AMA Anonymous. I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you participating. So we're going to talk about the state of Florida. We're not going to get too deep unless, we get more conversation on it. I was hoping to have at least one co-host in here so we can banter a little bit about it. And I know a few of my mods over in the Creators Lounge have lived or currently live in Florida just like I do. Might have a little bit more insight on this. But we're going to start right where we always do, which is a quick Google search of Florida. Yay! Oops. Sorry, microphone. Didn't mean to do that. Be a little more careful next time. So first off, obviously it's a U.S. state. This is a U.S. state that I live in. Which state is it, though? Like, what number state is it? It is 27th. 179 years ago. Look at that. March 3rd, 1845 was admitted to the Union as the 27th state. Things to know. I mean, what do you need to know? We'll use a couple websites here. My Florida, of course, they're going to talk about how great they are. And they are. It's pretty cool. Florida's pretty good. I mean, look at this. You got alligators, you got crocodiles, you got friggin' Mickey Mouse, you got... I don't even know what that was. But the state of Florida is unlike any other state in the Union. The old saying goes, in Florida, the further north you go, the further south you get, because you kind of get to a point where it's like, all right, up north, you're the southern United States, and you keep going further south, and it's feed the mouse alligators, and it becomes more of the Caribbean. It becomes more of the Spanish-speaking South American countries and Caribbean countries, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, all that stuff, and that's a lot of fun if you ask me. But it makes it pretty unique in that it has a whole culture all its own. Which state is Florida? I think we already answered that. So the other one that we're going to use is Wikipedia. You know what I want to use? I want to look up Florida, but I want to look it up on Urban Dictionary. Florida Urban Dictionary. I don't know why. Nobody looks at Urban Dictionary anymore. But let's get their definition. Florida is a state, the southeasternmost part of the U.S. It's known for its beaches, crime, and smelly old people. All right, I feel that. Let's make that bigger. Sorry, I keep we're going to maximize that for yes. Most people say Florida only has one season, which is ridiculous, for Florida has many seasons. There's tourist, hurricane, swimsuit, rainy, college, aka spring break, and snowbird season. If you're on the Gulf, I am, the best time to go to the beach is November. That's actually true, because November is when the temperatures drop into the 80s. By far the worst time is college season. Yes, that's also true, which seems to be nothing more than all the colleges in the country collaborating against us poor locals, sending wave after wave of their craziest students to come tear up our beaches, jam up our roads, and cause a number of drunk driving accidents over the course of 5 to 6 weeks. You hear passion in my voice because I agree with everything this fella's saying. As for the old people, there are a lot of them. There are tons and tons, masses to dominate. I think it's supposed to dominate. Oh, they dominate every aspect of life. Most respectable neighborhoods are built to accommodate them. My neighborhood recreational center, the Golf Center. Driving in Florida is not dangerous, it's fun. Stop signs, who needs them? Turning signals, they're for pussies. And speed limits, psh. If you're 60 or older, you drive at least 20 miles under the speed limit. If you're 25 and younger, you drive 20 miles over the speed limit. And if you're a tourist, you drive however slowly or quickly it takes for you to get that picture of the pelican shiting. A nice place to live sometimes, but a better place to just visit. Florida's weather is also extremely bipolar. Just today, it had been ultra warm and foggy with no sun to be seen like it had been for the last 3 days. Then, while sitting outside for lunch, suddenly the sun came out and all the clouds dissipated at once, lifting the fog and leaving the wind free to make us cold. Now, only 3 hours later, it's sunny and chilly. This guy's got to be up north. Whoever wrote this, I'm telling you, it's a female, I assume. Who am I to assume gender? Florida Babe, back on December 17th, 2009. It's kind of an old review. Don't have anybody else. We got Florida, a punching bag for hurricanes. All right, fair enough. An old Spanish word for snow. Moving to Florida. That's good. I like that one. Florida can be divided into 2 distinct regions, North Florida and South Florida. North Florida has a more deep South feel, while in South Florida it seems that everyone is from New York, is Jewish, is Hispanic, or any combination of these. Wow. The person before who said that North Florida has all the old people must be living under a rock. You can't go on any road in SoFlo where there isn't some old geezer in a Buick driving 15 miles per hour and holding up traffic. North Florida resident, my name's Billy Bob and I enjoy hunting, fishing, mudding. South Florida resident, my name is Jonah Goldstein and I enjoy playing golf, shuffleboard, and bingo. Come on, that was good. You gotta admit, that one's good. Wait, they still installed turn signals in cars? Yeah, well, you're from Hawaii. You know a little bit about bad driving. Yeah, those damn Buick drivers. yeah, those guys in Buicks. But I'm not an old geezer though. All right, that's enough of Urban Dictionary. So there's 2 other places we're gonna go, and 3 places. One of them is TikTok. So hang on, because something went wrong. No. Make your day. That's fine. I'm gonna look up OMG, it's Wix, because this guy, if you need to know anything about Florida, this is the guy who will tell you everything you need to know. He is the CEO of Florida Sketch Comedy podcaster. You can book him at OMG It's Wix at yahoo.com. But really, if you need to know anything about Florida, Wix is the one who ought to be giving it to you. He's actually the CEO of Florida and Florida knowledge and anything about Florida. So, but before we get to OMG It's Wix, and we are going to watch a couple of his videos because it's hilarious. You want to see reviews for the state of Florida? Oh yeah, that'll be fun. We can do some of that in just a minute here. Contact us now. Contact Florida. Let's talk about Governor Ron DeSantis real quick, huh? How about that presidential bid, right? Didn't work out. That's all right. That's all right. We're happy to have him. He, you know, he's made a lot of changes in the state that have made the state easier to live in for most people. But if you've seen him in the media or seen the media talking about him, you're not going to feel that way because they talk bad about him, but they're mostly making stuff up, so it's fine. Online, telephone, email, directory for... This website's boring. Florida, your website is boring. Next, Wikipedia. A couple of stats real quick, because Wikipedia always has stats and some history. Florida itself, by the way, it's the oldest what's the word? It was previously a Spanish colony. If you go up to St. Augustine, you're going to find like the only castle in the United States. It's essentially a fortress built by the Spanish. We got another one down here, Fort DeSoto, also built by the Spanish way back in the day. And then there's another one. There is one in Key West, but I want to say that was a little bit later, used in the Civil War. I'd have to double check on that, but if you're in Key West, check out that fort down there. It's all the way at the bottom of the Keys, so it's a drive. It is a drive. I recommend taking an airplane, a seaplane is what they're called, right? Or a fan boat. Be cool too. So let's see. Capital, of course, is Tallahassee. That's up north, up in the Panhandle. We got the largest city is Jacksonville, which is, of course, north and east from here. Largest county, or equivalent largest metro area and urban areas, Miami-Dade, and of course, South Florida. No surprise there. That's where all the fun is. We've got our government here. Who was that? Jeanette Nunez is apparently our lieutenant governor. Guess what I didn't know? Did not know who our lieutenant governor was. I know now. Let's talk about weather real quick. Again, this is happening right now. Literally, I wasn't even sure if I was going to have power to be able to do our little live podcast today because there was lightning and thunder outside, and that's just kind of the way it goes. So let's see. Let's take a look at our climate. Due to its subtropical and tropical climate, Florida rarely receives measurable snowfall. That's an understatement. On rare occasions, a combination of cold moisture and freezing temperatures can result in snowfall in the farthest northern regions like Jacksonville, Gainesville, or Pensacola. Frost, which is more common than snow, sometimes occurs in the Panhandle. USDA plant hardiness zones for the state range from Zone 8A, for those of you who are botanists out there, in the inland western Panhandle, to Zone 11B. And watch out for those 11Bs in the lower Florida Keys. Fog also occurs all over the state or climate of Florida. Right, I don't know lightning. So it's here we go. No, this is a good one. Sorry, this is probably too small, huh? Let me bring that in. Oh, where'd it go? No, I missed it. Oh, yuck. Ooh, where'd it go? Was that a palmetto bug it was showing there? I don't know where it went. That's right. Oh, American cockroach. Yeah. They call these guys palmetto bugs out here. They're not the same as the B-52s that you get, Cobra, in Hawaii. But yeah. So these are the fun things, though, about Florida. and the reasons that you'll want to come. For example, Florida's nickname is the Sunshine State, woo, but severe weather is a common occurrence in the state. Central Florida is known as the lightning capital of the United States, as it experiences more lightning strikes than anywhere else in the country. Yay! If you're into thunder and lightning, this is the place to be. Florida has one of the highest average precipitation levels of any state, and that means a lot of rain, in large part because afternoon thunderstorms are common in much of the state from late spring until early autumn. That is currently. Narrow eastern part of the state, including Orlando and Jacksonville, receives between 2,400 and 2,800 hours of sunshine annually. The rest of the state, including Miami, receives between 2,800 and 3,200 hours annually. Nothing has sunshine like Waikiki. Well, the question is, what kind of sunshine? Because, I mean, if we're talking just sunshine, you got to remember you're competing with Arizona and Texas. And that's the kind of sunshine that will melt your face off in August. Florida leads the United States in tornadoes per area when including waterspouts. And if you don't know what a waterspout is, it's a tornado in the water. Fun. But they do not typically reach the intensity of those in the Midwest and Great Plains. Hail often accompanies the most severe thunderstorms. That's true. So we get the tornadoes. We just don't get real strong ones, like those big ones that you see wiping out houses and stuff. No, but our big claim to fame is this next line here. Hurricanes pose a severe threat each year from June 1st to November 30th. That's right now. Particularly from August to October. Yeah, we're getting to the peak season here. Florida is the most hurricane-prone state, obviously. I mean, we're completely surrounded by the Gulf, the Caribbean, and the Atlantic Ocean, so sure. With subtropical or tropical water on a lengthy coastline. Of the Category 4 or higher storms that have struck the United States, 83% have either hit Florida or Texas. Yep. Listen to this. From 1851 to 2006, Florida was struck by 114 hurricanes, 37 of them major, that's Category 3 and above. And it's rare for a hurricane season to pass without any impact in the state by at least a tropical storm. Right now, we haven't seen a lot of action yet. We've got Beryl that was passing through the Caribbean, landfall over in Texas just in the last 24 hours. Actually, we probably should have looked into that. That's right. I'll be honest, Arizona was over 100 degrees when I was there. The lack of humidity helped me survive, but when it starts going 110, 120, that's crazy. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely insane. It's maddening. Luckily, it doesn't get quite that hot here. We get feels like weather, right? Because of the humidity, it'll be like 90 degrees outside, but it'll be like, feels like your face is melting off. It feels like 108 or 105, however it gets measured, whatever. But here's the other fun stuff about Florida is the animals. We have some of the coolest animals. Look, we've got the bottlenose dolphin. We've got the short-finned pilot whale. Oh, so cute. North Atlantic right whale. And of course, the West Indian manatee. Guys, we are proud of our manatees out here in Florida. No doubt about that. Of course, we also have the raccoon, striped skunk. We got some deer. They're not real deer, though. Bobcats, yeah, maybe. Red fox. Watch out for red fox. We do have gray fox also, but they were out somewhere in the field, waiting on the grassy knoll. That's true. Florida black bear, sure, we got a lot of these fun things, but the most exciting stuff is we got the eastern diamondback. By the way, it's the largest of its, one of the heaviest venomous snakes in the Americas and the largest rattlesnake. So all you people out in, the Rocky Mountains with your western diamondbacks, or California, I guess, as well, and other areas, ours is bigger. It's true. Our snake is bigger than your snake. We got pygmy rattlesnakes. We got gopher tortoises. We got green and leatherback sea turtles. We came in contact with this. We see these guys all the time. Yeah, these guys are like probably the most common. The brown. I don't want to say that. That guy. Anyway, but of course, the things that you probably know the most are these guys. The American alligator. Yeah, sometimes referred to as a gator or common alligator. Large crocodilian reptile native to southeastern United States and the small section of northeastern Mexico. It's one of the 2 extant species in the genus Alligator. It is larger than the only other living, wait, what does it say? Alligator species, the Chinese alligator. Heaviest venomous snake. Talking about me again. Oh, this guy. This guy's a Hawaiian cobra, and he thinks he can compete with the eastern diamondback rattlesnake. All right. Well, look, enough about all this boring facts and stuff. Let's talk about the real facts, because the real fact is that the only person who properly explains anything Florida is OMG Twix. So we're gonna watch a few of his videos, and then if you got any other questions, comments, snide remarks, or funny jokes, I welcome them. But otherwise, we're gonna wrap it up. So let's see what we got. Let's talk about hurricanes first. How about that? You know what? You can't hear this. I'm sorry. You can't hear the audio. My bad.
Just in case they close it down.
Well, listen, start it over.
Yeah, they say it's supposed to be like a 1 or like a tropical storm or a 1. Basically,
he calls it a rain with a name. That's a tropical storm.
Yeah, they say it's supposed to be like a 1 or like a tropical storm or a 1. Basically, rain with a name. Yeah, 3 o'clock afternoon thunderstorm. You know how it is. Hey, you think the job will even close for a 1? You know these Florida jobs don't be trying to close for a 1. It's usually business as usual, right? Now I'm about to head to Publix and get some snacks just in case they close it down. Well, listen, Lithuanian party style. You know what I'm saying? Now they say it's supposed to come sometime this week. Now I'm gonna get extra snacks, because I already know I'm about to eat all my hurricane snacks before the hurricane. I do it every year. Nah, but what we having a party at though? I hope these new Floridians don't buy up all the gas. I just still don't know why they buy all the toilet paper. I still don't get that. Nah, we good as long as the Waffle House don't close. We good. Hey boy, you heard it's a hurricane.
That's it right there. As long as the Waffle House doesn't close. Let's talk about love bugs.
Love bugs. Sports mode. Gotcha. Ricky! Come on, man.
This man killed my cousin Ricky, man.
Well, y'all don't even live that long.
It was only 3 hours into his 92 hours, man. You just gonna take his life
That's
like
only
that.
one of y'all. It's like billions of y'all.
Get on Ricky. This man killed Ricky, y'all. He killed Ricky. You gonna pay for this. You gonna pay for
So
this.
dramatic, man. So dramatic. Bro, what you said that was good to clean off the love bugs from off the front of your car? Dragon sheets, right? Dragon, I got the
Ricky!
I'll call you back.
This man killed the other Rickies, bro.
Come on, bro. It can't be that many Rickies, bro.
We got a lot, and you took out most of them. You gonna pay for what you did to him. You gonna pay.
Let's go in the house, man. Y'all just need to leave or something. Just everywhere. What I'm supposed to do? All right, time to go get my pub sub. What's going on out here? I was going to get a pub sub too, but you can't even move your car out here, boy. Love bugs. Only in Florida. I'm just glad I got it on my flip phone. Where the ladies at? Hey, man, you need to go take that somewhere else. What's up, Playboy? I ain't know what's up, Playboy, man. You know what you doing. Take that somewhere else. Bro, I don't even know why you're so angry, man. I don't understand what's wrong with me, just wanting to love on the ladies. Bro, it's not that y'all just like to love on each other. Y'all just like to love on each other everywhere, bro. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I had to wash my car 3 times. That's the thing, though. Like, where can we go that it'll be okay for us to love on each other everywhere? The Villages. And make sure you take the
The Villages. Look that one up. The Villages, Florida. Loofah. I see some of these only in Florida ones. This one's got 18 million views.
Serious question for Florida people. Why do all y'all got this weird fence around your backyard?
What's happening? It's your, fellow Floridian OMG Wicks, and I would just like to show you some of the reasons. And that's on Florida.
Yep.
All right,
That's
Serious
on
question for
Florida.
Florida people. Why do all you
That's good. That's a good one. Are we in an ad break? Looks like we got an ad break going. That's fine. We'll let that go, and then we'll wrap the deal up. She's scrubbing the alligator. Florida animals. All right, looks like our ad is over now. We're gonna continue with a couple more of these, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Florida man saves the day.
Blue collar brawler. That's who it is. That's what flip phone activist. See, that's how the pros do it. Floatering at a high Florida level. Only in Florida. I'm just glad I got it on my flip phone. What's going on out here?
That's a good one. So that's one about the Gators. He does these ones about the heat and the humidity that are spot on. But my golly, I don't know exactly where to find him. Well, hey, listen. You know, it's been a nice little time here. We've got an opportunity to talk about a few different things, which is great. You know, next time we'll make sure that we've got a co-host scheduled to be on here with me, guaranteed. Unfortunately, for those who are unable to come tonight, you know, we thank you for your willingness. But you know, we'll have to catch you next time. In the meantime, everybody, if you want to know more about Florida, go and check out OMG It's Wix on TikTok.com. You'll find his other socials as well there, and merch and whatnot, and he does a lot of really cool stuff. I highly recommend following that gentleman. And yeah, that's it. So don't forget, if you do want to submit a topic of conversation for next week, go ahead and email those submissions to the Creators Lounge online at gmail.com. If you are interested in co-hosting and having a fun conversation with me live every Monday night, or at least one of those Monday nights, then you're welcome to go ahead and shoot me an email at the Creators Lounge online at gmail.com, and we'll consider all submissions. That's going to be it for tonight, everybody. I really appreciate everybody's participation. Appreciate the random Ask Me Anythings, which, of course, are always welcome, and I will always answer those questions. And if it's not true, then it will be a lie. So that's the thing. Hopefully, we'll get everything posted up on Spotify on Monday next week, or you know, we might have last week's one on sooner. Sorry I didn't get a chance to get it up. It's been kind of a busy weekend for me. So you should find us on Spotify under Topic of Conversation. You'll also find us on YouTube under Topic of Conversation, or Topic of Conversation Podcast, one of those two things. So it'll be there. And that's it. That's all I've got for you. I've got nothing else to say for now. So that's it. Good night.